everyone, welcome back to another video. So today we have a box from Varnail, and it is their ombre stamping set, so you're supposed to be able to do both things with it. So I have purchased these, so we're going to take a look at them now. So I've gotten some free nail art stickers there. So there's 12 in a box. This is the full set. You can get another set which has, I think you got like some bits of tools and stuff, but I just bought the actual products themselves because I didn't need the other bits and bobs. So we'll get these out the boxes and then I'll bring them back and we'll do a little bit something with them to show you how to use them or how I'm going to use them. Right, so that's those out the boxes there now. So they're numbered 1 to 12. So you get a black, a white, a red, a cream pink, a taro purple, a low cat, yellow, sky blue, royal blue, jungle green, chocolate. So you get a good range of colours. Now it does say they're a 3-in-1 semi-solid Stampin' Ombre paint. So you're supposed to be able to stamp and use them to ombre. So we're going to do a little bit of both now because you know that I've gotten these mainly for stamping. So what I do like about Varnail's little pots is they come with a little tab on their pots. They don't have them silly foil things. So I've left that one on just to show you. I have removed the others. So we'll go through and open them up just so you can see the colours first of all. Well, we know obviously the black's going to be black, so they look quite thick in the pot, but I have noticed the silver, for some reason, I don't know if it's just getting a bit warm, is that it's not as solid as the other ones, or it might just be because of the metallic element in it, because the gold's still quite thick. I mean, they look very pigmented. The red is absolutely stunning. So I'm not going to use all the colours today. Oh, look at that yellow. So I think I might do some pastel-y kind of ombre splodges on a nail and then use a couple of them to just stamp over and maybe rub a bit of their chrome over as well, just to see what they're like. So I think we'll do... so I've just got these tips here. I haven't done anything on them, base coat or anything. I'm just going to leave them as is because they're just to practice on. So I'm going to start by taking a couple of their pastels, I think. So let's see. So we'll take a little bit of this purple. Actually, I'm going to separate them off. Right, so let's do... the purple on the top. I'll just use 2 colours. I'm going to use the purple on the top and the pink on the bottom. I'm just going to take one of these little things and I'm just going to pat that purple for now. I'm not sure how much product I'm supposed to be using, but we'll see. So that's the purple there, and then I'm just going to flip that over to do the pink. And then back to the purple. So they are blending really well. I'm going to pop a bit more pink on there. Exactly inside. So you know that's not too bad really. We've blended lovely. It's just getting the gradient of colour that you're looking for. But I mean, even I could probably ombre with those. So I'll pop that in the lamp. So while we're waiting for that one, I'm just going to do some random splodges of colour on this nail. I mean, they have a lovely texture. Now I'm just going to take this thing here. I'm just going to pat them in. So I don't really want to mix my colours just yet. So they do blend really well. So this is the first one we did, so I'm just going to add a little bit of purple to the top. And a little bit of the pink to the bottom, so we've got a bit more of a gradient going on. So I'm going to start with the pink and just blend that over a little. And then the purple. And I'm just going to leave that a little bit lighter in the middle, just so, because I'm going to be stamping over the top anyway, so I'm not really, but if you're good at ombreing, these are going to be perfect. And you don't need a lot. Right, so I'm going to leave that at that, because like I say, I'm going to stamp over the top. Now this one, I'm going to go in again with me colours, just a little bit. And I'm just using the product that I still had on the brush. And we're just going to add another layer to that. I'm trying to find a clean edge. I mean, I think you could use it. I normally ombre using a brush, but I just thought with these being a bit thicker, I'd try this way. And to be honest, I'm not disappointed. I do like them. I am getting a few fluffies on there off this thing. Not sure about these application sponges, but the pink is very sheer. I don't know. I feel like I need more pink. Maybe it's a bit less dabbing. That's what I need. Yeah, that's better. Oh, I love it. It's really good. Right, so that one's been in the lamp. Put that one in. So now I'm going to do a little bit of stamping over the top of this, but I think I might just put a quick base coat over the top I'm going to use Varnail's base coat just to keep everything the same. I'm just going to float that over the top because it's not particularly bumpy or anything. I just want a bit of a tacky layer to stamp onto. So I'll put that one in the lamp. And then we'll do this one with a base coat. Sorry about my chair. I need a different chair. It's irritating the life out of us, this squeaking. Right. So I'll get them cured and then I'll be back. Right, so they've had a top coat. I do have a code for Varnail as well if you wanted to use it, and it's PLN25, all capitals. So you'd get 25% discount off if you did order this collection. I don't think the discount works on the monthly mystery boxes like the April box that I did a video on, but it does work for just ordering general products that aren't on sale, or if they are on sale you might still get a little bit something, but the monthly boxes it won't work for. So I think it would work for these. So now I'm going to take some of the white and I've just pulled out this plate. Which one did I want to do? I wanted to do like just a mixture of patterns to show you. So we'll do this one because it's quite intricate, and I'm going to take a little bit of and I'm going to just wipe over that. So push that in to the plate because I'm not sure exactly how much product we're going to need. I don't think we probably don't need this much. Right, and then I need my scraper. I'm going to give that a quick scrape and see if we can pick that up. Oh yes, look at that, so clear. Right, and then what I want to do is I'm going to stamp, just get me a little roller, just rub that excess off. I'm not sure how long you have to work with this neither, you'll have to practice, but once it's on your stamp you do have a little bit of time. So I'm going to stamp this onto here first. Because I want to try and use a little bit of chrome. I wonder if I can double stamp. It's still on there. Let's try. Oh yeah, look, I've actually double stamped with that. And it's still going on there. That's awesome. Don't normally get a double stamp. So I've either used too much product or it just works that way. So I'm going to quickly cure this one because then I want to try and rub a bit of chrome over the top. Now we'll use a darker just so we can see. Right, we'll use the, what colour do we want to go over there? We'll use the black because then I'll rub some chrome over that and we'll see the chrome over a black as well. So I'm going to use the black and do this one. So I think because this is like, it's not really air drying, I think it's a UV gel, so you do have more time to work with this than you would the air dry polishes. Now I'm going to have to try and see if I can get this off me roller, off my stamp. Yeah, so you're going to have to give your stamp a good clean, just with a lint roller. Don't use acetone or anything on your stampers, otherwise it just ruins them. bit of salt and water if you need to, but otherwise I just use a lint roller. I'm going to give that a scrape, and then I'm going to roll that on. Oh, look at that, beautiful. Just take off them bits. Now for this nail, where do I want to go? So I'm going to bring it down the nail like that. I've smudged that one, I'm not very happy with that one. Right, I'm going to take that one off. And there we have it there, it's transferred there. I'm just going to take some alcohol wipe and wipe that bottom bit off. So it does, as you can see, if you get a little bit of an error, it will rub off. It only sets once it's been in the lamp. I'm going to try and just double stamp this again, because it seems, yeah, you can. Oh, awesome. I mean, this is a time saver if you can double stamp. I mean, yeah. So I'm going to put that one in the lamp, and we're going to chrome this white one that we did. Let's move some of this out of the way. Now I'm going to use this chrome so it's like a pearly chrome, just to see how it shows up over the nail. Because that has still got a tacky layer. I'm going to rub it over the design. Now, if you didn't want this all over the nail and you only want it to stick to the stamping, you would put a matte layer down before you stamp, otherwise it is going to transfer. Like, I haven't got a matte layer down under this one, so the tacky background of the base coat I put on is going to pick this up, but I'm not really too bothered about that because I was wanting a pearlized look to the whole nail anyway. So yeah, you would obviously put a non-stick base down before you stamp. So you can just see, I don't know if you can see. Right, I've rubbed that design off there. I think that we need a matte coat to stamp on. So I'm going to put this on. I'm going to cover that in a matte coat and pop it in the lamp. Now this one that I chromed earlier is looking fine, so I'm going to use the Varnail glass top coat over this one to see how this one works. So it's ever so subtle colours, but you can see the design on there. Obviously if you did it in black, the chrome would show up better. So I'll put that one in the lamp. So I've matted this nail now. So this nail, I'm going to stamp on it. I'm going to pick a totally different stamp to try, because I'm exhausting these stamps. So I'm going to do this rose, and I'm going to do I'm going to stick with the black because I want to see how it shows up eventually. So I'm going to pop the black on. Give it a good brush in and roll it over. So there we have the stamp there. So we're going to go onto the matte nail. I've managed to pick up the lettering off the stamping plate. Right, so I'm going to pop you on the nail there. And I'm going to pop it there. So I don't know if it's a good idea, guys, to double stamp using this, or whether you should be doing a full stamp, but I'm just going to practice and see what happens. That's so that one there done, top coated. You can see the subtle patterns in. I think they're fantastic for ombre, and I'm on the fence about the actual stamping because I'm finding them a little bit smudgy. They smudge a little bit when I'm trying to stamp, but maybe I shouldn't have done it on a, maybe I needed the matte background, but we'll see what this one comes out like once it's out the lamp. So they're great for ombre, and I think once you get the knack, if it works on the matte and you can like keep using that product on the stamp, I mean, so that's tacky there now. I know it's not the best stamped image, but we're going to go with it anyway. And I'm going to use one of these things as well, see if this will make a difference. So I'm going to stick that in there. So this was the lavender. I've got a hair stuck to it, don't worry, it's one of mine. This was the lavender sky. I just, you see, I don't think we're going to be able to rub the chrome in to this design. It just doesn't seem. It worked on the first one, but it just seemed really tacky. No, so rubbing chrome into that isn't going to work unless I'm doing something wrong. Wait there, it might work. Maybe it needs curing longer in the lamp, possibly. Right, I'm getting a bit more of a rub now. I think it's just practice, but they are really good, like I say, for ombre, and I think they will work out good for stamping. It's just getting the knack of it. It's the first time I've tried using them. So let's give top coat this, and that will hopefully. So yeah, I find that the image is blurred a little bit as well. So yes, they might be good for stamping. Chroming on top, I'm not so sure. It's shifting from purples to reds on the camera, but it's not doing it there. Don't know if it's just too light where I'm sitting. So it has stamped, and I've managed to get a bit of the chrome on there, but I'm not loving it. That one did work out slightly better. So what I've done, I've just stuck 2 nails in there which have just got a chrome, because we know that the ombre, okay, but I want, and we're going to just scrap doing the chrome, but I want to see if I can get a good stamping image on. So we're going to take the royal blue, I'm just going to use it on a clear nail and do this image here. because I want to be able to show you that I can stamp and ombre with them, but I'm not totally convinced that I'm doing it right today. So scrape, I'm going to give it an extra scrape because I just don't know. I'm going to roll that on. So there we have the image. There, it's transferred lovely. Now I just want to take that off the side. I mean, they're just really hard to remove off your stamper. Now I'm going to just stamp once. I don't think this whole double stamping thing's going to work. So pop it on, push it over. So yeah, I just think they're a bit smudgy. It doesn't actually look too bad on the camera. I think I'm just fussy when it comes to stamping, and I have double stamped just because I'm not using the chrome. So they do stamp, without a doubt. You can stamp an image. I mean, it doesn't even really transfer that much off there. So maybe it's just less is more. Right, let's try this one with a different colour. Right, I'll give it 36 swipes, so I don't know if it'll... So yeah, you can swipe it and you can still pick up an image. So that's really good. We're learning all the ways not to do things, guys, with me today. But yeah, I'm finding it difficult to remove the excess off the stamp there. But okay, go on. So I'm gonna just pop that on, and without adding any pressure to it, just roll it. Right, so normally when you stamp, you'd pop it down, apply a little pressure and roll. Because of the texture of this product, I wouldn't press down because I'm not applying any pressure there and it's going on. So I think the trick to it is literally just touch it on. Don't press, because when you're pressing, I'll show you, when you're pressing and you're rolling, it's blurring and smudging where that hasn't. If you just... So yeah, you don't need any pressure on your silicone when you're applying it to the nail, because it literally transfers. I mean, that they're quite detailed for leaves. I am impressed, actually. I will practice and I will get better and realise what needs to be done and what doesn't need to be done. But as a product, yeah, I'd use them again. I'm going to continue using them in some of my videos. I look like I've been nightclubbing, don't I now, with my stamp on? I wouldn't even know what to do nightclubbing these days. But anyway, so yeah, so no pressure applied to you with the silicone when you're applying to the nail. That's why that middle bit looks smudged. It does to me, but you can't really see it on there. So you want very little pressure, and we need a different way of cleaning these, because it does come clean, but you do need to roll quite a few times. So did I cure that? I have no blooming idea. Yes, I did. So I'm going to quickly put a glass top coat on that one. So obviously, because the UV stamping can be used for stamping, you have a lot longer to work with than an air dry one. I think I've already said that. So you're not under any pressure to quickly get it off your plate onto your silicone. So it might be a good starter one for someone wanting to learn how to stamp, because you're not in a huge, you don't have to rush and get that transfer as fast. Now I'm going to mat this one just out of curiosity. I mean, I do like them. I must admit. Let us know what you guys think of them. And if you like them, feel free to use my code and use my link. It's in the description box. It just helps us out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, they do pick up the detail. Right, guys, so that is, well, what I've came up with in this video today. So that's with the shiny coat on, just on a clear nail, and that's with the matte. And I do think that these are good for stamping, but like I say, there's a knack to it. I think it's better on a matte background because when you're putting the silicone to on, it's not smudging. And also this one worked with the chrome once it had been cured and rubbing the chrome on. This one not so much. So I think if you were going to chrome your design, you would have to use like chrome a top coat or their chrome top coat. I don't think you're going to specifically going to be able to chrome over an image with these cured and then the chrome on top, because that one just smudged all over even though I'd cured it. That one did work, so the white one worked, but maybe they're just, I don't know. I'll have to have a mess about with them. But I don't think it was a complete fail because I have found out that they are really good for ombre. I do like them for stamping. I just need to get a knack of it, which I'll enjoy doing anyway because, you know, I love me stamping. But yeah, they're a really good buy, and I am happy with especially how these came out. This one worked, the ombre worked fantastic because I'm not the best at ombre. So let us know what you think, guys, in the comments. And if you are interested in ordering them, please use my code. And if you're watching this video and you like all the fiffing and faffing and the truntering on, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and keep watching my videos. I love everyone who's watching my videos, and I appreciate everybody who's taken the time. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.